I love design. I hope you do too. It's been a meaningful part of my existence ever since I started to understand what design is all about. And in this room, I would like to talk about the impact of artificial intelligence on design. Ever since the launch of ChatGPT 3 and Midjourney, I've been pondering with some of my colleagues what the future of the AI tool stack looks like. Here's a quick look at the Figma AI tool. And here's a look what Vercel is doing generating UI with prompts. Shout out to my boy Guillermo. First off, I would be remiss if I didn't say this is just the beginning of a tectonic shift in the industry. And I believe that. And this is day zero of a new world.
This is an interesting topic. Thank you for opening this up, Norgard. When we speak about the impact of AI on design, I think there are two qualities which will really accelerate anybody's impact in this space. Number one, somebody who's got a really good articulation ability, somebody who can really speak well or prompt well. I think that stands out as a skill. So somebody who's really good with English and can prompt well. Number two, somebody who's got a fantastic imagination. Earlier, somebody who had got a great imagination but lacked the skill set to use a tool could never have impacted design. But now, if you have really diverse and rich imagination with respect to design, and you can prompt it into one of these tools, I think it opens up a lot of new avenues.
So what's the impact here? In order to tease out what's about to happen in the design community with respect to AI, I think we have to look for an appropriate comp. And as one would imagine, there's not many, but there is one. And I think that's the release of ChatGPT 3.5.
I'm not sure if I can specifically say what is the impact, but what occurs to me is when it comes to design, sometimes there are some obvious solutions which does not occur to a human mind instantly. But with tools, I think we can run through different permutation combinations and it will spit out results or design concepts which we never thought about. And it could suddenly occur to us, this was a very obvious solution, but it never occurred to us. So that's what occurs to me.
With the release of ChatGPT 3.5, we saw an entire new class of individual enter the software development arena. People like project managers, product managers, designers, gamers, hobbyists, all sorts of people crashed into the software development community in real time because of this new tool. As the tools get better, the TAM gets bigger, and the same thing will happen in the design community. I think the global design community explodes from here because of tools like this. And if you think Canva and Figma expanded the TAM, you haven't seen anything yet. I agree with you, Manoj. There are so many creative people out there that have incredible ideas, but unfortunately are bounded by their technical abilities, and this helps close that gap. These LLMs will be very good at obvious solutions because of the training data underneath them. And as we know, design has lots of problems that involve obvious solutions, but when it comes to non-obvious, I think the LLMs will suffer, and I think that's where human taste will come in. Almost anyone will be able to do repetitive design tasks. That will be no problem. But when it comes to originality, I think the bar will be much higher, and I think people who are exceedingly creative will be rewarded even more so in this economy.
This is fascinating. I wonder how they are structuring your data to train these models, because for example, in our Figma files, it is a very unlabeled data structure where only very few of the components are actually named. And then, has anyone read about how these models work? I think it's different with sequential trained models where you can just predict the text based on the sequence of text. Here, it seems much more difficult. I think Kyle had a few great shits in some different discussions about design, that design is essentially applying or combining existing UI patterns. I wonder how an end-to-end sort of design solution here will look like, where the existing Figma components could be understood by the large language model and the entirety of the application could sort of be synced with the Figma such that it takes in the existing web app or mobile app And then when you want to build a new page, new view, you just tell it, hey, this is the new page I'm building. This is all my existing UI. Please design this new page based on how you would solve the problem for the user and based on our design library.